get there.
It's impossible.
You'll see.
How did...
Listen now. At the next fork of the road, there are friends waiting to take us through to the army. The 3 of us.
3 of us?
Yes. I imagine you have a few scores to settle on the way. With Herr Gubner.
It wasn't coincidence, but a forged transfer that made Carl driver of that car. It wasn't luck, but carefully planned inside information that told the OSS exactly where Frank Baker was. It led to his release, that closed the drawer finally on file number 2218 with the words, "Mission accomplished." And Carl's story? Carl's adventures, also based on actual incidents, is file number 2219 in next week's
Cloak and Dagger. In today's true OSS adventure, the part of Frank was played by Joseph Julian. Ross Martin was Carl, the Commandant Barry Kroger. Raymond Edward Johnson played the Colonel, Bernard Pollock the Corporal. Dolly Haas played Liesel. This has been a Louis G. Cowan production under the supervision and direction of Sherman Marks. Material heard on today's program was based on the book Cloak and Dagger by Corey Ford and Alastair McBain. The script was written by Winifred Wolfe, and the music was under the direction of John Gart. This is Carl Weber speaking.
You have just heard the first of your new NBC Sunday afternoon mysteries. Stay tuned now for High Adventure, thrilling stories of action and suspense. Then be sure to hear The Big Guy, an exciting and different kind of detective. Now keep tuned for number 2 in NBC's new Sunday afternoon mystery lineup.
Are you willing to undertake a dangerous mission behind the enemy lines, knowing you may never return alive?
What you have just heard is the question asked during the war to agents of the OSS. Ordinary citizens who to this question answered, yes.
This is Cloak and Dagger.
Black warfare, espionage, international intrigue. These are the weapons of the OSS. Today's story, The Trojan Horse, is suggested by actual incidents recorded in the Washington files of the Office of Strategic Services. A story that can now be told.
August 1942. Report to OSS headquarters in Casablanca from Agent Henri Fontaine in France. Contact with girl Gabrielle Monet was made in the Bluebeard Café in Paris. I went there alone on the evening of the 15th. I sent her a note with a waiter asking her to come to my table when she'd finished her song. Then I sat and waited. German officers were spread about the room as they were spread about all of occupied France. I wondered what they would say if they knew why I had come.
You send me this note, eh?
Oui, mademoiselle. Will you join me?
Why not? I drink with anyone these days.
What will you have, eh?
What have you? Let me taste from your glass.
It is very bad wine.
Huh? You are right. Oh, the only time a girl may get good wine nowadays is when she drinks with the Boche. Never mind, I'm not thirsty.
I enjoyed your song.
Is that what you wanted to tell me?
I think you are wasting your time here in Paris.
Paris is wasting our time on Paris these days.
I can offer you a better position in Casablanca.
What did you say? Who are you?
My name is Henri Fontaine. I, too, have a good position with the American OSS in North Africa.
What are you saying?
Before the Germans came to France, I was a poor poet. They did me a service. Now I'm a rich spy.
You sit here in a room full of Germans and tell me this? What makes you think I will believe you? What makes you think I won't turn you over to the Germans if I do, huh?
Mademoiselle, I am not such a brave man. Neither am I a fool. We have kept you under observation for months. We know you better than you know yourself. Is there anything you'd like to know about yourself?
What do you want of me?
On our side, we have only the very best. Forgers, counterfeiters, cutthroats, and spies. Will you join us?
Just tell me what you want me to do.
Agent Henri Fontaine in France to Agent Steve Lytel in Casablanca. Arrangements have been made to transport the girl Gabrielle Monet to the south of France and then to Casablanca. Awaiting further instructions. Over.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
The roses will bloom early this year, I think.
Oui, but not too early, I hope.
Good, good. I've been waiting for you. It is dark. I can't see you well. Is the girl with you?
She is here. Gabby, say something so our friend will know you are here.
I am tired.
Did you have difficulty reaching my safe in Paris?
Not too much. With swarms of displaced persons all over France to mingle with, and a slight bit of help along the way from the underground, it was not too bad.
Good, good. Now follow me. I will take you to the fishing schooner.
But
I know you're tired. Cheer up, Gabby. You'll have a nice, long trip by water to rest up.
Oh?
And then another nice, long trip by auto to Casablanca.
Oh, I like automobiles. In the old days, I liked nothing better than a pleasant ride.
But Gabby did not like the automobile trip to Casablanca. It was probably nothing like the old days. I drove up front alone while she was fitted in the trunk of the car behind gasoline drums. There were gunny sacks and a Moroccan rug thrown over her. Across everything, a heavy canvas cover lashed down with just enough air left for her to breathe. We drove that way over rough roads for several hours. When it got dark, I pulled over to a side lane and let her out. Gabby, come out.
Oh, my back. It is broken.
I will gladly massage it for you.
You are too kind.
Not at all.
No, thank you.
Pity.
Why did we stop?
To give you a chance to stretch your legs. And a cigarette if you want one.
Oh, I would die for one. Give.
I have one lit here.
Mille merci.
You see? I try to be gentle. I try to make up for the inconvenience I am causing you.
Ça c'est drôle.
I remember what another poet once said. A German, by the way, but not a Nazi. His name was Goethe.
What did he say?
He said, be gentle with women. Remember, they were made from a broken rib.
I am not amused.
I'm sorry.
You are always smiling. Do you enjoy the war, huh?
I am a poet. There is poetic excitement in being behind the lines, working underground. I enjoy being a spy.
Well, I am no Mata Hari.
You will do.
You still have told me nothing. Why did they send for me?
You remember a German named Paul Vogel?
Paul... What do you know of him? Tell me.
Not now. The time is late.
But I must
Throw
know.
away your cigarette.
Why did you mention
I
his...
said later. We have a long journey ahead. If we pass the border post, I will tell you. If we do not, the words and minutes would only be wasted.
Altala!
I thought I would never reach the border. It's been a long trip.
Where are you headed?
Casablanca.
You anything to declare?
No, nothing.
Let me see your passport.
Here you are. All of a sudden, I spotted a small black dog sniffing and whining at the trunk of the car where Gabriel was hidden. The customs officer had not noticed him, and I knew I had to find some way to keep him from noticing. One becomes stiff after so long a ride. While he looked over my passport, I went to the rear of the car, picked up the dog by the scruff of the neck, and started to pet him.
Your passport seems to be in order, but what's the matter with Jeff?
Oh, nothing. Perhaps he does not like to be picked up.
No. If he did, he wouldn't try to bite you. Better put him down.
I knew if I put Jeff down, he'd go back to sniffing around that trunk. I felt like strangling that cute little black puppy.
Well, put him down.
I have taken a fancy to him. How do you feel about selling him to me, eh?
Huh? Well, you are serious, monsieur?
Oui, I like him. Come, how much, eh?
Oh, take him. There are two more like him around somewhere.
Thank you. He will liven up the journey.
Wait.
Huh?
Before you go,
Yes?
what is in your trunk?
Huh?
I said, what is in your trunk?
Let me put the dog in the car, and then I will show you. The trunk, I will show you. You see? Gasoline drums.
Yes, I see. Very well. Close the trunk.
I may go?
Of course.
Thank you again for Joff.
August 27th, 1942. Report to OSS headquarters in Washington from Agent Steve Lytell in Casablanca. Fontaine and the girl arrived. I knew as soon as she walked in that Paul Vogel could not have forgotten her. I only hoped her memories of him weren't too strong. Now, as you know, Miss Monet, this is an international zone. We are, in effect, neutrals. In Casablanca, we pass each other in the streets. Germans, Americans, Vichy, and Free French. You can imagine what a hotbed of international intrigue we have here.
Oh, I know nothing of that kind of intrigue.
Then perhaps we can broaden your horizon.
Hold it, Henri. Now, listen to me, Yebby. The head of the German Armistice Commission in Casablanca is a man named Paul Vogel. Does that name mean anything to you?
We knew each other once, before the war.
Knew each other?
He was an attaché to the German consulate in Paris.
You almost married him once, isn't that so?
That is my business.
I'm afraid we've made it our business. Now, Gabby, we've kept close watch on you these past months, and we're sure that you're no Nazi or Vichy sympathizer.
Oh, I hate them all for what they are doing to
But
France.
Vogel, what are your feelings toward him?
I haven't seen him in years.
That's not answering my question.
If he is a Nazi, I have no feelings toward him.
All right, then. Now, the open secret here in North Africa is the planned American invasion. The closed secret is where and when. Now, that's what Paul Vogel wants to find out for German headquarters.
I still don't understand what
You're to tell him, Cherie.
What?
Henri's right. You're to take up this friendship with him once more. Give him all the information he wants. You'll get it direct from us.
What?
Now, rest assured it'll be the wrong information. You understand now?
I'm beginning to.
Good. We have a job for you at the Three Lanterns Cafe. Now, starting tomorrow...
Agent Henri Fontaine and I were at the Three Lanterns Cafe the next night when Gabrielle opened there. Cafe was packed, but even the crowd around the bar, officers with ribbon chests, waterfront riffraff, and black marketeers, all of them were quiet when she sang. She was wearing a red dress. In the spotlight, her face looked smaller and whiter, and her hair looked blacker. There wasn't a man in the room who could take his eyes off her. I wondered how soon it would be before Paul Vogel came in and saw her, too.
A girl like that could make you forget the war, eh, Steve?
I've got a wife back in Syracuse.
Can she wear red like that?
My wife can be trusted. And this girl? She and Vogel were pretty close in the old days.
I know my own kind. She can be trusted.
I hope you're right. The success of the whole American invasion may hinge on it.
A lot depends on how hard Vogel falls for that little bait up there on the bandstand. Steve, Vogel, he's just come in.
That's all I wanted to see. Come on, let's get out of here.
Excuse us. Pardon? Pardon?
This table is free, waiter. It will do.
Oui, Vogel. You wish to see the wine list?
Oh, that girl. How long has she been here?
The singer, you mean? She started only tonight.
Tell her to come to this table when she's finished. You understand?
Oui, I understand.
No, you don't. You only think you do. Go tell her what I said. And bring a bottle of your best wine.
Idea it was you, Paul, when the waiter came to me. How like you to walk back into my life so quietly after making so violent an exit.
The world is small after all, Gabby.
I'm amazed to find you in Casablanca.
I can say the same of you. What are you doing here?
I arrived here a few days ago, but I've been in North Africa for months. Tangier, Oran, Tunis, singing.
How were you able to leave France after the occupation?
You should know how well I always got along with Germans.
You don't seem angry with me any longer, Liebchen. After that last time, 6 years ago.
Life is too short to be angry for too long at anyone. Besides, I was a fool to have been jealous over that silly blonde with the bad legs. I've even forgotten her name.
Suzanne.
Aha! I see you have not forgotten.
Merci, monsieur. Oh, it's a wine. Gabby, how good it is to be with you again.
How good it is to be with you, Paul.
For you? For me. Now, we will drink to what is to be, Liebchen.
What is to be?
You could have no better guide through Casablanca than I, Gubby. Come, what else would you like me to buy you from the marketplace? A scarf, perhaps? A gold scarf to put around your hair, yeah.
Have you taken many girls to the marketplace, huh?
Oh, will you be forever jealous of me, Liebling? What is it, the French in you?
It is the woman in me. I imagine you are in great demand by the women here. The chief of the German Armistice Commission.
How did you know that?
I know more than you think.
Oh?
Would it interest you to know the name of one of the most important American agents in North Africa?
Who?
Steve Lytle.
What do you know of him?
I know him. And he knows the details of the planned American invasion.
Come, I will buy you a gold scarf.
Well, have you nothing to say of what I just told you?
I knew that already. I, too, have agents. However, thank you for telling me. I can promise you more than a gold scarf if you find out additional information for me. Is this possible?
It might be. Very possible.
Agent Lytell in Casablanca to OSS in Washington. The girl, Gabrielle Monet, has been in the paid employ of the German government here for several weeks, according to our plan, and will transmit to them the Dakar cover project.
September 1942. Report to OSS headquarters from Agent Monet. I had a feeling that things were going too smoothly. I seemed to be holding my breath, waiting for something to go wrong. And on the night of the 29th, it did. Paul Vogel was in my room above the cafe. We were listening to my record of our favorite song. You'll have to go soon. It is late.
Forget the time. Who would think it would come to this again, Gabi? After that day in Paris, when we quarreled so.
I remember that day. We showed poor judgment to argue out of doors. It was raining. I got a terrible cold in the nose.
Poor Gabi. Let me kiss that poor nose.
Chérie. Oh, Paul, you really must go. But before you do, I have a paper for you in my purse. Dates when high officials will be in Casablanca. I'll get it for you.
I want to talk to you.
You're hurting my arm. Let me go,
Germany is
Paul.
paying you well for this information you are
Paul,
giving us.
please.
Some of it is useful information, but none of it is as important as I would like.
I will try to do better.
You had better do better. You know what would happen, Gabi, if I found out you were crossing me.
I would not cross you.
It is nothing for me to
my...
twist your arm like this. Such a small arm. Think what I could do if I really tried to hurt you.
You hurt me now because you don't trust me. What do you want?
You claim to know this American like
I
that.
do.
You claim you get your information from
I
him. Is
do.
that all he gives you? What about his love?
Oh.
Does he give you that too?
Paul, the shoe is on the other foot now. It is you who are jealous. Oh, how foolish of you. Think, would I lie to you?
Gabi. Gabi. Oh, Gabi. If you ever lie to me, I would rather see you dead at my feet than standing looking at me and lying. You'll hear what I say.
Yes. Yes, I hear. I hear.
No more wine. I must keep my head clear to think of what you have just told me.
Now, are you satisfied that I'm earning my money?
Dakar. So the Americans will land in a few weeks at Dakar. Very likely, very likely. Dakar is strategically important.
It will be more important if the German fleet is there to stop the invasion.
Yeah. That bungled attempt at a landing under de Gaulle's leadership failed, so the Americans probably figure we would not dream that they would try it again in the same place.
One American, Steve Lytell, does not dream you nor this. Are you going to tell German headquarters?
But of course, this is something they will want to know.
He believes it, Steve, every word of it.
Good.
The German fleet is being sent to stop the invasion at Dakar.
Good, Gabby. Good work.
Steve, radio report just in from Gibraltar.
What is it?
No. Let me tell it, General Clark will rendezvous on October 21st at Point Agreed near Algiers.
You know what that means? Final preparations for the Iran invasion. Nothing must go wrong now. Nothing.
November 4, 1942. Something very wrong happened. Paul came to my room just before I was ready to go downstairs to the cafe. Paul!
Gabby, your friend, Lytle, has been playing you for a fool. You hear what I say?
I don't understand.
The invasion is not Dakar. I just learned myself it's to be Oran. Oran! The German fleet, on my suggestion, is waiting in Dakar for nothing.
Paul.
And will continue to wait for nothing.
Paul, it can't
Do you
be.
know what this will mean to me? Do you realize what the High Command will do to me for this?
Please, Paul.
Ruin.
Perhaps your latest information was wrong about Oran.
No. It all ties in. They, the Americans, wanted me to believe that... Gabi, what had you to do with this?
Now what are you saying? I'm getting tired of your suspicions. One day you trust me, the next day you don't.
You're French? What kind of French?
Instead of questions, ask yourself this. Would I betray you, Paul? Not Germany, but you. Think. Look at me. Look at your Gabby and answer.
No, of course not. Not you. You wouldn't dare. There may still be time to stop the Americans at Oran. I must get back to headquarters and let them know by radio. I should have done that right away instead of coming here.
Oh, have a drink first.
No, later. I'll be back.
It will
later.
not be easy for you to tell the High Command this. A drink will fortify you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Perhaps you're right. One drink, then.
Paul sat on the edge of the couch, his head in his hands. I remember thinking how very blonde was his hair, how large his hands.
Take your time.
It was not difficult for me to drop half the L tablet from my purse into his glass as I poured the liquor over it.
Hurry now. Oh,
Here you are.
Dankeschön.
Poor Paul. Pauvre petit. You look so tired. Drink.
Where are you going?
To put on the record you like. We played it so often lately, Paul, that one of these days it will just rise up in protest. You tired?
No. No, why should I be tired? I must go now. I've had my drink.
Hear my record through, then you will go.
No. No, now. I must go now. You're so good to me, Gabby. You love me. You love me very much.
His head had fallen on his arms and rested on the table. The tablet had begun to work as I knew it would. I got the automatic pistol that had been given to me by the Americans and shot him twice through his very blonde head. Report from Agent Gabriel Monet. Fini.
Well, it ought to come any minute now, news of the invasion. I've had word that Eisenhower and Clark were in Gibraltar on November the 8th. I'll let you both know as soon as something comes through on the radio.
Are you all right, Debbie?
Me, don't concern yourself.
You did what you had to do. It took courage.
Well, if I had thought about it longer, perhaps I would not have had the courage. You cannot know.
I think I do.
He meant a great deal to me. A long time ago. I killed him.
Listen to me. I told you something once that the poet Goethe said. He also said this. Give up what perished long ago, and let us love what's living. Do you hear, Gabi? Do you hear?
That's it, the code name. Robert's arrived. The invasion's begun. Do you hear?
Did you hear, Gabby? Did you?
Yes. Yes, I heard.
And once again, the report of an OSS agent is closed with the words,
Mission accomplished.
a further adventure in black warfare is next week's
Cloak and Dagger.
Heard in today's story were Jane White, Barry Kruger, Leon Janney, Joseph Julian, Carl Weber, Raymond Edward Johnson, Guy Sorrell, and Bernie Gould. Script was by Winifred Wolfe. Music under the direction of John Gart. Today's true OSS adventure was based on the book Cloak and Dagger by Corey Ford and Alistair McBain. This has been a Louis G. Cowan production under the supervision and direction of Sherman Marks. Stay tuned for the second big mystery, High Adventure, on NBC.
Are you willing to undertake a dangerous mission behind the enemy lines, knowing you may never return alive?
What you have just heard is the question asked during the war to agents of the OSS. Ordinary citizens who to this question answered, yes.
This is Cloak and Dagger.
Black warfare, espionage, international intrigue. These are the weapons of the OSS. Today's story, The Brenner Pass, is the story of an American engineer who single-handed cut off the escape of part of the German army in Italy from onrushing American troops. The Brenner Pass is suggested by actual incidents recorded in the Washington files of the Office of Strategic Services. A story that can now be told.
No, Padre, I don't want it.
Ecco, qualche cosa bad. Drink. Drink this, figlio mio. It will warm your insides.
I want to talk to you. I want to tell you.
Drink this first. Buona.
I'm so tired.
Rest then.
So tired.
Rest.
You won't give me away, will you? You'll hide me if the Germans come. Won't you, Padre? Won't you?
You came to me, my son, because you knew I'd give you sanctuary. Any man has sanctuary in this house.
Yes,
I've
yes,
taken
but...
an oath, figlio mio. Anything you tell me, only God and I will witness. And if I had not taken this oath, I still would not give you away.
Thank you, Father.
Now, you are an American. That much you have told me. Do you want to tell me more, or do you want to sleep first?
No.
It is better you sleep first. I'll sit beside you. I won't leave you.
No, Padre. I want to tell you. There may not be much time. I have a feeling that time is running out for me. My name was Donald Harper. I say was because somehow I don't feel as if I have a name anymore. When you're tracked down and hunted, you're not a human being. There's no past or future. There's just the present, and you run. So much has happened in a few weeks that it's hard for me to remember. Remember back from this morning when you found me unconscious on the steps of the chapel, Back to the morning I was sent on my mission. November 12th, 1944.
Captain Harper, I'm well aware of everything we have to gain if this scheme of yours succeeds.
You still think it's just a scheme, eh, Colonel?
I don't have to think. I know what your chances are of actually getting through to the Brenner Pass and blowing up that highway. And I know what'll happen to you if the Italian fascists or the German police get you.
I know a couple of things, too, Colonel. One of them is the country up there in the mountains.
Hmm?
Yes, I nearly broke my neck half a dozen times when I was a kid climbing the rocks around my grandmother's hut. And just before the war, I took a trip from the States to see her again. I skied over every inch of that mountain near the Brenner Pass. Colonel, I know I can do it.
We've been through this before, Harper. I'm aware of everything in your favor. Your knowledge of the country, the fact that you were an engineer before the war.
Just give me supplies, some TNT, an Italian uniform, and some phony papers in case I tangle with the fascisti. It's all I need, Colonel. I tell you, I can do it.
It's true, if that highway to the Brenner Pass could be destroyed, it would take the Germans months to repair it. It would cut off one of their retreats out of Germany.
Of course.
Now, we'd have them where we want them when the American armies advance. Their backs to the mountains and no way up.
That's it. That's it. Your permission, Colonel. Please let me try it.
You say your grandmother's hut is right near your objective?
Yes, sir.
I'll give you names to memorize of other partisans in the mountains who might help you on the way. I'll have all the supplies you requested, and you can leave.
From the beginning, Padre, I had bad luck. It snowed during most of the 40-mile journey, and it was difficult for me to move quickly. And the longer it took me, the more chance I had of being discovered. Then it came. You know what a storm is like here in the mountains? How it can blind you and throw you against the rocks? When it was all over, I realized what had happened. I had been thrown off my course. But that wasn't the worst of it. My knapsack was gone, all my supplies, and the packet with papers the OSS had forged for me. I had no identification now, and no food. But I still had the TNT for the highway near Ampezzo. There is a tavern, Padre, not far from Parola. It wasn't sheer recklessness, but desperation that made me go in there knowing I had no papers. Knowing the tavern catered to Nazis and fascisti. Knowing the rucksack on my back was filled with explosives. But there was no other place for miles, and I had to get food or I couldn't go on.
Come, Tony, tell us more of the story.
Oh, well, as I've already told you, she was fat as prima donna.
Yeah.
Oh, Maria, she was big. Oh, she was like this. And look what she sang. When she sang, it looked like this. La, la, la.
See? What would you like to order?
Some bread and cheese, if you have it, and some coffee, black. Very strong, if you have it, please.
See?
Where's the beer I ordered? Bring it fast if you know what's good for you.
Yeah, see, fast. Bring it fast if you know what is good for you.
See, coming right away.
I tried to make myself as inconspicuous as possible.
Oh, you and Terry.
I hoped the Germans would continue to be amused by the Italian girl and not ask to see my papers. I had nearly frozen in the snow a half hour before. Now the sweat broke out all over my forehead. Pay attention to her, I kept praying. Watch her, watch her. Don't even look my way.
Here you are, senor. Cheese, bread, coffee.
Oh, grazie.
It is here. I have it here, right here.
Oh, that soldier must be important to be served first. Come here, soldier. Come over here and tell us how important you are.
Well, no, I'm not important at all. Forgive me. The waiter should have served you first.
That's right. He's not important. Come, take a sip of my beer, Tony. It will make it taste better.
Let the soldier have beer with us.
No.
Poor soldier. He's all alone. Buongiorno. Come and have some beer with us, soldier.
No, Grazie, signorina. I will just finish this coffee and then I must go.
Tony, forget him. Come back to work.
Wait a minute. You must not be rude, soldier. Men are never rude to me. If I ask you to drink with us, you must.
No, please, signorina. Some other time, perhaps. Now I must go.
Ha! You're afraid of me. Afraid of girls and afraid to drink beer. Oh, you should be back in your mama's lap, I think. I will give you some beer now. Perhaps you will acquire a taste for it. Here.
She threw it in my face. I felt it start to trickle down my neck, and I could hear the Germans laughing themselves sick. I wanted to snap that small neck of hers in half for making me the center of attraction. Grazie, waiter.
You are very sure you're not followed here to my house?
Very sure, amico, and it's snowing again. Even the tracks from my snowshoes are covered.
We must be careful, very careful, all of us partisans. The Germans are closing in on us. Do you know what would happen if they found out I took you in? An American. This would happen.
But I tell you, there's nothing to worry about, and I'll be gone in the morning.
Ah, the morning. One.
All I want is a night's rest.
There is a bed in the back room you may use, Senor Harper. You are sure you are not followed, very sure.
Yes, and I'll be gone in the morning before you're awake.
You must not think, Senor, that I am being inhospitable, but these times, they're very bad times for all of us.
Yes, I know.
To live is important, too. Yes, in order to fight back later, one must leave now, no?
Yes.
And the Germans are clever. Very clever. If they knew you were here...
I was too tired to stand there and listen to the old man's whimpering. Too tired to watch his narrow eyes like small brown buttons dart about the room, looking first at the windows and then at the door, half expecting the Gestapo to come. All I wanted to do was sleep. I fell across the bed. But a few minutes later, I sat bolt upright, listening to the voices in the next room.
Daughter is here, an American in the back room, sleeping.
Are you sure? Are you sure he's an American, Father?
His name is Harper. Donald Harper, Tony. The American OSS sent him.
Oh, an American, eh? Oh, how the German police would like to know that.
That girl. The girl from the tavern, the friend of the Germans. I didn't stay to hear any more. There was a small door leading out to the back of the hut. I knew, Padre, that somehow I must have come to the wrong house. I didn't dare take any more chances and stop again until I reached my grandmother's. And I was so tired. So tired.
Donaldo mio. Donaldo. So good it is to see you again.
Oh, Nana.
Oh, but how you look. So thin, so tired.
Nothing changes here, does it? It could be 6 years ago or 10. Nana sitting here like this, in this house.
Ah, your mama, your papa, how are they? Mail does not come here easily any longer. You have heard from them?
Yes, Nana, a few weeks ago. They're fine. They tried so hard to get you to America when the war came.
I would not go anywhere, Don Mio. This is my home. No one could make me leave my home. Not the Germans, not the fascisti. Here I stay until the world rights itself again. But what can I get you? Succumidi, make yourself comfortable. You are hungry.
Yes, but I'm too tired to eat. I just want to sleep.
Do then. I'll make up the room for you later. For now, rest here on this couch. When you wake, I will have food for you. Like the old days, Caramio. My dear one. I will be in the kitchen. Sleep now. Sleep.
I don't know how long I slept. When I awoke, I wondered for a moment where I was. And then I saw her, standing over me.
Oh, how like a little boy you sleep. I've been watching you.
You? What are you doing here?
Watching you sleep. You don't drink beer, and you're afraid of girls, and you sleep like a little boy.
You followed me here. You brought them. What have you done with my grandmother?
What?
I'll kill you. Oh. I should have killed you then. I will now.
Stop! Stop it! You're hurting.
Friend of the Germans, you little she-devil. I'll kill you.
Donaldo, here. What is going on?
Nana, you all right?
Of course I'm all right. What are you doing? Tony, what is wrong?
Oh, your grandson has his mother's hot Italian blood in his veins. He wants to kill me, that's all.
Oh, I'm ashamed of you, Donaldo. This girl, she's a friend.
Friend?
I will get the soup for you, Signora Apicella. Perhaps some soup will cool his temper.
But, Nana, I saw that girl with the German.
Oh, she told me about that. She did not know who you were then.
Yes, but
She wondered why you disappeared from her father's house. She knew the name Donald Harper because she heard me speak of you often. So she came here after you.
Nana,
When she saw you asleep, then she understood why you had run away from her.
She was with Germans. I was there. I heard...
That girl, Donaldo, is the leader of our group of partisans.
Your leader? But the Germans...
Oh, the Germans. I amuse them. Porky, animali. I tell them funny stories, and they laugh at me. Here's your soup. They do not hear me laugh when I get them drunk, and they tell me things I can use to our advantage. Your soup. Drink it.
Tony, I'm sorry.
I understand. Che bella questa ragazza, Donaldo, no?
Yes, Nana, the girl is very
Oh,
pretty.
Signora Apicella, you embarrass me. Now, Ronaldo, we are friends now? See?
See, Tony. Friends.
You work too hard, Caramio. What are you doing?
Oh, drawing diagrams, Nana. I've got all the plans made to blow up that highway early tomorrow morning, and I want to make sure nothing goes wrong.
Here. I brought you something to eat.
Oh, you'll spoil me, Nana. But it was good to have you spoil me again these past few days.
Ah, how good it is to be able to. Will you leave then, tomorrow, after you do what you have to do?
Yes, I must, but I'll come back to say goodbye first.
Yeah. I come.
Ciao, Signora
Ciao,
Apicella.
signorina.
Where's Donaldo?
Tony, what are you doing here?
Are you displeased to see me?
Where is that partisan friend you were going to send to help me?
Here.
What?
Me. I am the friend.
Oh, no.
I can do as good a job as any man. Let me help you, Donaldo.
No, it's crazy.
Please, let me do it.
Girl, it's crazy.
It is not crazy. Think what it will mean for me after you are gone from these mountains. Listening to my fat friends, the Germans, talk about the explosion, and to know secretly that it was I who helped to make it. Please. Donaldo. Mio.
Well, it's too late to get anyone else.
That's why I waited so long. The only man to get on this short notice is my papa, and he is a scared rabbit.
I was right the first time. You are a little she-devil.
See.
Take her with you, Donaldo.
All right, then. Pay attention to this diagram.
See.
Now, there's a railway, as you know, going right over that highway. If we plant enough TNT to blow that right onto the road, it'll be blocked up for months. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning when we got to the highway and climbed up on the tracks of the railway. Tony stayed up above, and I made my way slowly climbing down into the framework of the trestle, feeling my way along the girders. They were icy under my hands, and 2 or 3 times I almost slipped.
Careful! Careful, Ronaldo.
It's all right. Watch yourself. Watch how you handle those explosives.
Do not trouble yourself about me. I told you I can work as well as any man.
Then work as quietly as one. The troop train of Germans would be coming over the railway soon, and I had to finish before it came. I had a coil of wire around one arm and a pair of pliers hanging on a thong from my waist. Tony, you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Well, hand me down those packages of explosives, one at a time.
Here? Here you are.
All right, thanks. I shoved them in where I wanted them. Packed them close. Tony, the wedges. Quickly, don't be so slow about it.
I'm doing it as fast as I can. There.
All right. I lashed the grenade on top of the braced explosives, wound it tight with a wire, twisted it with pliers. Finally, I was finished. There was snow on the ground, and yet my shirt was wet with perspiration. All right, last finishing touch. That does it for this side, Tony. Now let's get to the other side.
See? Give me your pliers before you drop them.
Okay.
There. Oh, I have helped you much this far. See?
See, you've helped me much.
Let me do it.
No, we haven't any time to argue. That train will be along any minute.
Please let me set off the explosion. Let me have that pleasure. I will follow your directions. I will do it just the way you told me.
No. The train, it's coming.
Just tell me when to pull it.
All right, you win. But heaven help you if you make a mistake. Hold it now, steady. And don't pull on the wire yet.
Yes, I will pull it softly, lightly, but firm.
Here she comes. Pull it! Nana, it's done.
And I pulled the wire, Signor
Nana,
Abadella.
Nana, what is it?
It is nothing. These attacks come on after.
Nana! Tony, some water, quick.
No, I will stay with her, Donaldo. You must leave quickly.
No, I'll stay. You go on.
This section will be swarming with soldiers after what we've just done.
And if they find you, they'll wonder what you're doing here.
Men do not know how to take care of the sick. I will stay and help you.
All right. Get the water.
You should not have stayed, Don Mio. I would have been all right.
All right, don't talk. Just rest.
Donaldo!
What is it?
Germans coming to this house. I can see from the window.
Oh, no. No, you should have gone before, not waited.
No, it's all right.
Donaldo, do this one thing more for me.
I won't leave while you hold them off for me. Is that what you want?
I know them. I am a favorite of theirs. Please, caro mio, you can escape and do more important work. And I will not be harmed if I stay behind.
She is right, my son. Escape. There is still time. The girl knows them.
Upstairs. They may be around the back, too, so go upstairs. Jump from the window to the roof of the barn. You can make it from there.
No, Tony.
Go, I say. Promise not to turn back. Promise.
I ran up the stairs to the tiny attic. I heard the door close downstairs, so I knew they had come in. I could distinguish their voices, too, although I couldn't hear a word they were saying. I opened the window and saw it was an easy jump to the roof. Then Tony screamed. And I forgot my promise to her and went back. Flattened myself against the wall at the head of the staircase.
No, I have done nothing, but I came here to take care of this poor old lady. Well, can you not see that she's ill?
give her another taste of the stick.
Oh, please, let the girl alone, please.
Perhaps another taste of the stick is what she needs, Signorina. Somehow, Tony, you are always around when there's trouble. Trouble and Tony. Need the truth out.
Oh, let the girl alone, I beg of you. No, go back.
What's this? What's...
I surprised the first German when I jumped him, brought the butt of my gun down on his head again and again. But the other German was not so simple a matter. No. He had my shoulders pinned down, and I couldn't move. Then I saw Tony standing over us, a heavy candelabrum in her hands. Good work, Tony. Now listen to me carefully, Tony. Take my grandmother back to your house. No one will know you were here. If others question you, tell them my grandmother was here alone when someone, a stranger, took refuge here and killed the officers who came. Then she went to your house because she was afraid. Will you remember that? All of it.
Will you be back? Will I ever see you again?
Who knows? Perhaps. Perhaps. Carlina, my dear little Tony. Now go. Go quickly. She did. I wanted to tell you, Padre, that's everything that's on my way here. You will hide me.
Rest easy.
If they come, you...
I will do what I can for you.
What's right of you coming in like this, breaking down the door?
Do not make trouble, Padre, I warn you.
No, this is a house of God.
It's all right, Padre. It's all right. No, you're mistaken. My name is not Donald Harper. I'm an Italian soldier. I was lost in the snow. My papers are gone.
Come, this is tiresome. Admit it. You are the American who blew up the highway. Answer.
You are mistaken, Herr Hauptmann. You are mistaken.
We will see. Sergeant, send in the old man.
Ja, Herr Hauptmann. In der Whistle. See, Hauptmann. In der Whistle. See, I come.
Oh,
You recognize him, I see. Excellency, Mayor, what is this man's name? Wie heißt er?
Harper, Donald Harper. The senor is an American. Now I have told you, you will let us alone, see?
You have talked enough, go now.
You will leave my daughter and me alone, and the old lady, too, now that I have told you. We have done nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But you will not tell my daughter. You promise, remember. She has a soft heart. It would distress her.
Take him away, guard.
You will let us alone now, see? See, we are on your side, loyal fascisti.
You have nothing to say.
Everything has been said for me.
That highway has been completely destroyed.
I'm delighted to hear it.
That many loyal soldiers of the Reich have been killed.
Well, thank you for telling me.
And what is more, you are in Italian uniform. A spy. Bullets are too good to waste on you, American. But a rope can be used again. Sergeant!
Ja, Herr Hauptmann.
Take this man out and hang him.
But I cannot do this.
You will do as you are told, Herr Doctor. Here is the death certificate of the American who was hanged this morning. Sign it.
And the cause of death you want that I should write.
As I told you. Just as I told you. Heart failure. A pity. Some weeks later, 2 retreating German battalions found their escape through the Brenner Pass blocked. Captain Harper had done his job well, and the onrushing American troops caught the enemy with their backs to a mountain. Though Donald Harper did not live to see victory, he shared in it. And once again, the record of an OSS agent closes with the words,
Mission accomplished.
A further adventure in black warfare is next week's
Cloak and Dagger.
Heard in today's Cloak and Dagger adventure were Everett Sloan, Hester Sundergaard, Barry Kroger, Louis Soren, Virginia Payne, Raymond Edward Johnson, Carl Weber, and Boris Aplin. Script was by Winifred Wolfe. Music was under the direction of John Gart. Today's true OSS adventure was based on the book Cloak and Dagger by Corey Ford and Alistair McBain. This has been a Louis G. Cowan production in association with Alfred Hollander and was under the direction and supervision of Sherman Marks. Stay tuned for the second big mystery, High Adventure, on NBC.
Are you willing to undertake a dangerous mission behind the enemy lines, knowing you may never return alive?
What you have just heard is the question asked during the war to agents of the OSS. Ordinary citizens who to this question answered, yes.
This is Cloak and Dagger.
Black warfare, espionage, international intrigue. These are the weapons of the OSS. Today's story, The People in the Forest, is suggested by actual incidents recorded in the Washington files of the Office of Strategic Services. A story that can now be told.
The plane began to slow down, and then it circled slowly. Someone pulled the cover off the jump hole, and I got my first view of France. Occupied France. August 1944.
Action stations.
On the ground to the right, I could see fires like safety matches lit in the moonlight. And I wondered how big they really were, those fires that were out there to guide us in. The dispatcher told me I was to jump second.
Running in. Ready, number one?
Ready.
And then it happened. The first bad break of that mission. Only it didn't happen to me, it happened to Chris Fowler.
See you in France, Scarpella.
Okay, Fowler.
Number one. Good luck. Go!
Geronimo!
I just stood there looking down, watching him go. And then my heart started to pound all over me. My breath caught, and I nearly choked on it. Chris fell and fell and fell. But the chute didn't work. It came out of the bag and streamed unopened behind him. Paratroopers call that a Roman candle.
Tough break. Want to turn back, Scarpella?
Huh? No, I'll jump it.
Okay, then. Ready, number two? Number two. Ready?
Ready?
Count!
The wind came up and hit me in a rush. I felt myself falling. I think I died a few times until I heard the crack of the chute. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. The most beautiful sight in the whole world, that big white umbrella over me. The little safety matches on the ground got bigger and bigger. I realized they were torches. And then I saw a figure of a man waving. He started to get bigger, too. And then the torches were put out. I was about to get my first introduction to the French underground.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
I saw what happened to your friend. It was too bad.
Yeah.
You had courage to jump after that.
Maybe if I'd stopped to think about it, I never would have. Maybe I was afraid I'd never jump again if I didn't then. Well, anyway, here I am. My name is Captain Robert Scarpella.
Captain Robert Scarpella, American. Welcome. Welcome to France. I'm ecstatic to make your acquaintance, Captain.
The little guy threw his arms around me and
friend.
kissed me. When I was
Welcome.
12, I'd said nix to kissing my father goodnight because it embarrassed me.
Welcome.
And here was this little Frenchman with the beret and baggy pants and farmer's shoes with his arms around me. Hey, cut it out, will you?
I'm just so happy to see you, American. Well, I'm the Fox. The Germans themselves gave me that name. Look at this head. Would you believe there is a price on it?
Oh, are you the leader?
Yes, of one of our little bands. The British radio alerted us about your coming.
Well, there's a good reason for my coming, Captain Fox.
You may call me simply Fox.
Okay, Fox.
Well, all right. Now let's pick up supplies that were brought to you.
Right.
As for your mission, Captain, there will be time enough to talk about it when we get deeper into the forest to our hideaway.
Is it very far from here?
Unfortunately, there's a little walk. We were forced to move our headquarters last night after another German raid.
Oh? What do you mean, another?
Our positions have been raided 3 times the past month, almost as if the Boche were given a map of where we were in the forest.
Oh? Sounds to me like somebody's dirty work.
I have thought of that, Captain. But if there is a traitor in our group, I shall find him. We know how to deal with such.
I'll bet you do. Oh, here we are.
Oh, that's nice. Very, very, very nice. This Carmen rifle, beautiful, beautiful.
There are shoes in those packages, too, and food and grenades.
Oh, what a beautiful rifle.
I was to tell you to expect a heavy supply drop in a few weeks.
Oh, what a beautiful rifle. We still are using field pieces from the Franco-Prussian War. But this is a beauty. Now gather up your things, Captain Scarpella. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll be back.
The Fox disappeared into the woods. The whole thing seemed like a crazy nightmare. The whole forest surrounded by Germans. And yet here I was passing the time of day just like nothing at all with a Frenchman who had a price on his head. And somewhere out there, where he drifted, Chris was a dead heap under a lot of parachute silk. I grabbed a gun, and I waited for trouble. I didn't know whether to go after the Fox and take a chance on being ambushed or stay where I was. Someone was coming. I ducked behind a tree. The only thing I could figure was the Germans had seen the plane, seen me land. I took aim. Carefully. Slowly.
American, where are you?
Oh, for crying out loud, what happened? What were those shots?
I just wanted to get the feel of your gun. So I simply tried it on a couple of Germans over the edge of the hill. It sights very well, though.
Oh, for crying out loud.
This little dinner party's in your honor, Captain Scarpella.
Oh?
I regret we have nothing better than wild rabbits to offer you.
Well, this is swell. Quite a welcome. Headquarters didn't tell me to expect anything like this.
Luzette, more wine for the captain.
But of course. Here, I will refill your glass.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, mais non. In France, we say thank you this way.
Hey.
You mind my kissing you?
No, not at all.
I love Americans.
Uh-huh.
All Americans.
Hey.
Come help me. I need your help.
Luzette, let go. Marie's calling you.
Oh, oui, Maman, I am coming.
She's a very pretty girl, that,
Luzette.
Luzette.
And very young.
Yeah.
Only 17.
Oh?
Already she has seen so much. Hiding like this in the forest, sneaking back into the German-held village.
Into the village?
Oui, monsieur. Many of our group work in the village, right under the noses of the enemy. And the Germans do not know that they are members of the Maquis.
Oh, but they know you're here.
Oh, they know that we're here, but they do not dare come near the forest, except in big raiding parties.
Uh-huh.
They know very well that to one dead of ours, there will be 12 dead of theirs. Well, Captain, now about your mission. Its purpose? Tell me more, please.
Well, I was sent here to find out the German defense plans for the port of Saint Nazaire and the entire coastal area around here. Now, I know those plans are in German headquarters in the village.
And you request our help?
I've got to have those plans, and in a matter of days. I've got to deliver them personally to 8th Corps headquarters.
Now put your mind at ease, Captain Scarpella. The Fox will help you. Now, the first thing I will do is put you in contact with...
Attention! Captain Scarpella, I'm Marie.
She's the mother cat of that little kitten who kissed you before.
Oh, well, happy to meet you.
And we are all enchanted to meet you, American. In your honor, we have a special surprise. Listen. Attention. 1, 2, 3.
Take me out to the ball game.
Well,
Take me out to the
for crying out loud.
You're pleased, Captain Scarpella?
Well, this is something to write home about.
Write home about?
Yeah. Yeah, nice, cozy evening with friends. Well, you'd never know there was a war going on.
Libos! Libos!
Where's the lookout?
There are 2 German trucks about a kilometer from here, Captain Fox.
I see. What else?
There are 2 divisions at least of German soldiers
I
surrounding
see.
us.
Captain Scarpella, I regret very much to have interrupted your welcome party in this manner. Renner?
Oui, Le Fox.
Renner?
Oui?
The new machine our American friend brought with him.
Oui?
Now, what is it called, Captain Scarpella?
A bazooka.
Oh, yes, this bazooka. Now, take it to an advantageous position. You understand?
Oh, oui, Fox.
Now, listen.
Yes, now, my friend. Now is the best time for him and some of the others to learn how to use it.
Oh, for crying out loud. If I thought it seemed like a nightmare before, it was nothing to what happened now. It's so mixed up in my mind, I can't remember it clearly. It wasn't anything like the patrols I'd been trained for in the Army.
Now, Captain Scarpella, follow me, please, all right? These Germans are becoming very annoying.
Would you mind pointing that the other way, Fox?
Yes, excuse me. This bazooka is a beauty. Just a little beauty.
From out of nowhere, a German soldier fell forward on his face. And then the Fox and I moved on. I remember thinking, cripes, this is like kids playing cops and robbers. French boys, still in their teens, ran by with the cross of Lorraine sewn on their coats. I saw Marie take aim behind a tree. And all the time, the Fox kept smiling. He never stopped smiling.
I feel selfish, Captain Scarpella. Give me that gun. I will let you borrow yours a while. There, about 50 yards ahead, there is a juicy rabbit in German uniform.
Oh?
Please, get him.
Captain LaFox was right. The rifle did sight well. And then all of a sudden there were less Frenchmen around and more Germans all around us.
In a case like this, my friend, the best course is to run. Well, let us run.
This forest is like a jigsaw puzzle to me. You know it backwards.
It is from necessity, of course. I regret exceedingly that I must ask you to join me here in this swamp. We will stay here till it is safe to leave. Shh, the boss. Under the water. Leave only your nose above it to breathe.
They are ghosts. How can one fight what one cannot see?
I think we have in this time, Herr Hauptmann. They are scattered and disorganized. Perhaps this is the end of our trouble with them.
Relaxed. They have retreated. But those arrogant devils may return again.
Well, we'll find out from our informant later how good a job we have done this time.
Yeah. I'm going up ahead.
Shall I stay here as guard?
No. It is not necessary. There's nothing here. Come better with me.
Yeah, Herr Hauptmann.
They had posted a guard here. It would have been most inconvenient, Captain Scarpella. Are you very wet?
What do you think?
Well, there will be clean clothes for you at our hideout. Come. It is time for us to go there. Well, this has been a very annoying evening,
Fox. Fox, did you hear what they said about...
An informant. I heard. I heard. Captain Scarpella, Marie is employed as charwoman in German headquarters in the village. She is the contact of whom I spoke.
What can I do to help you? Just tell me.
There are plans for the defense of Saint-Lazare. What do you think the chances are that they may be in the files of the office where you work, Marie?
Very good, I would say.
Marie, tell me, what are my chances of getting into those files?
Also very good. The door of the Hauptmann's office is left open for me, so I may wash the floors.
I see.
It will be easy to enter. As for the files, I have a key.
A key?
Wait. I will give it to you.
Well, this is better than I hoped for. When can we go, tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Why not now? The Germans are still out searching the forest, and the coast will be clear. Let us leave now.
Well, I'll say it for you, Captain Scarpella. For crying out loud.
Less than an hour later, we were in the village. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. There was no one around. The village slept.
Captain Scarpella, listen to me.
Yeah.
There is the German headquarters across the street.
Mm-hmm.
I will leave you and go inside to get my mop and bucket. You will watch through the window.
Right.
When I distract the guard, go quickly to the side door. It is open. The Hauptmann's office is the third door from the end.
Third, huh?
You have the key to the files, huh?
Yes, I have it.
Bon, I go now. Remember the signal I give you, in case of danger.
I watched her go into the building. And then I took up my position at the open window. There was a guard at the front desk. No one else around. I pressed myself into the shadows. And after a while, Marie came to the front desk and began to mop the floor.
What are you doing here so early?
I'm not that early, Sergeant. And the sooner I finish, the sooner I am through.
Now go about your business then.
I knew that soon she'd do something to distract her.
You're disturbing me.
This too must be washed. No, I will be through presently.
You spilled that all over my boots.
No.
I'm so sorry. It was not deliberate.
All over my boots. And look at the
The
mess.
side door was open, and she said it would be.
Sorry for this.
1, 2, 3. The third door from the
Start
end.
over at the other end of the room. I said,
I made it. The German captain's office. And in the corner were the files. The key in my hand was hot and sticky. It fit. It fit. The key fit. I knew it would, but somehow it slid in and turned. I took a breath of relief. I didn't have much time. I knew it didn't have much time. I had to find those plans, but where? The papers, where were they? And I heard Marie's signal. And I froze. What a break. But I couldn't stop searching now. Where are they?
I only meant that I would have been through with washing the floor in front of your office.
Almost as if God had put it into my hand at the right moment, I found the photostatic copies of the defense plans. And now, if she could only hold them off until I got out of the place. Let's see now, let's see. The window, that's it. It was only a short drop to the ground and still no one in sight. I had a feeling Marie could take care of herself, and I started back for the forest, the plans in my pocket.
Now, see here, Captain Scarpella. I'm the map, you see? You come out of the forest 3 miles north at this point.
Right. Is that a clear road, Fox?
You will have no difficulty, Captain. There has never been any reason for the Boche to post guards at this exit. Now pay attention, Captain.
I must talk to you, both of you.
Marie, what are you doing back at the farmhouse? Why are you not in the village?
Marie, was there trouble after I left through that window? Do they know about the papers?
They know, because they were told by a dirty little spy from our own ranks.
What?
Now, please, quiet. This is my business, Captain. Speak, Marie.
I overheard the spy. One of us. I blush with shame to think of it. The spy was telling the Boche captain about the papers and the Americans' mission. Fortunately for you, Captain Scarpella, the spy was not able to warn him early enough.
Go on, Marie, go on.
And the road is blocked, however. You are trapped here, American. You may have the plans, but there is no way for you to leave and deliver them.
The road north is swarming with red ants of Germans.
The traitor. His name. Give me his name, Marie.
I will do better. I will give you the traitor. René, bring her in here.
No, please.
Throw her on the floor. I said throw her on the floor. No. Listen to her sob, my own daughter, torn from my own flesh. Cry, daughter, not for what is going to be done to you, but for what you have done. Spy, traitor. This girl, my daughter. I spit on her.
I did not know.
I waited for her outside.
What I was doing.
After I heard her with her captain, her German captain. I waited for her and dragged her back here. Fox, do what you want with her.
Losette.
No.
Losette, look at me.
No.
Was it you? You who gave away our positions each time? Answer.
Yes, I told them. It has been so hard. I have known war for so long now. All my life, it seems.
I have known 2 wars. Would I turn on my own? I'm glad your father is dead, so he does not see this.
They promised me so much. I did not think it so bad. I only gave them small bits of information.
Small bits of information?
Except for this last about the American.
You call giving away our hideout small, Luzette?
We are so much smarter than they. and it always gave us a chance to kill so many of them.
Your excuses disgust me. Say the word, Fox. Let me throw her to the rest.
No, Mama. Pity.
I am your mother no longer. Do not call me that.
Now, wait a minute. Listen to me. Fox, this may be your affair, but I've got a stake in it.
Now, what do you wish to say, Captain?
There's only one way out of this forest. It's blocked right now.
Thanks to her.
Now, let's forget that. All that matters to me is that I get through with these plans. Now, Lizette, do you want a chance to prove yourself?
Oh, I will do anything.
Do not listen to her, Captain.
Marie.
2 faces she has.
Now, quiet. Go on, Captain.
Now, at German headquarters before, Marie distracted the guard because she knew him. Now, who knows the Germans at the exit to the forest to distract them?
I do. I will. Let me, please. They trust me. I will give you a chance to slip by.
It is too great a risk, my friend.
I have no choice. I can't stay trapped here. The plans are no good in my pocket.
Very well. On one condition. I will go alone. And if she does not do as she says, the fox will shoot her through the heart.
You have my permission.
There are many clouds out tonight to hide the moon.
The darker the better.
Luzette, there are your friends at the foot of the hill. Go to them. We will hide here among these piles of firewood.
Oui, I will go.
And remember, Luzette, this gun is aimed at you. Go.
We hid behind towering cords of tree trunks and branches piled in the woodlot for the villagers' firewood. We watched. A few minutes later, we saw them. The soldiers and the girl, silhouetted against the moon. We couldn't hear what they were saying, but every once in a while we heard them laugh.
They swarm about her like bees about a flower. Come this way. We will sneak past them and into the brush. Quiet now.
She's doing a good job trying to redeem herself.
Stupid American is completely trapped with no way out.
You're a sly one, Lucien. Du bist sehr klug.
Sly and pretty too. The Hauptmann don't make a mistake with you, no?
There are advantages to being an officer, eh?
Hey, my sword!
Oh, we're caught.
They see you, American! Run!
Captain, this way, into the brush.
Get back, Get back, let go of the gun!
I looked back over my shoulder and saw Lizette crumple into a heap on the road. I knew she was dead.
Do not grieve for her, my friend. It is best this way. It is easier than living with herself.
How do we get out of this? We're surrounded.
You're surrounded, American. Surrender.
Surrender. What means that word?
We know you're in Deadwood, not. We have you cornered. Come out. Perhaps this will help you, Mincho. Hopper, over there. Step out of the bush. Jumbo, you do the same.
Trying to burn us out. If we come out, we'll be shot down by the machine guns.
American, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Stand here. When you hear a loud crash and I call out, you run through the fire. It is not bad yet, my friend.
He ran, like the fox of his nickname, to the tallest pile of firewood. In the dark night, I saw him struggle with a log at the base of the pile, and then the huge tower of wood came tumbling down and he screamed. I plunged through the fire and found the path. And a few minutes later, the sly fox miraculously joined me.
You can make it from here alone to the American lines, Captain Scarpella.
What about you, Fox?
Don't worry about it, Fox. I'll get back all right. Perhaps we shall meet again one day, Captain. Who knows? Well, au revoir, then. Goodbye.
I never looked back. And I never saw him again. But when I think of him now, I think of him not with the beret, but with a green hat and a feather. A little like Robin Hood.
Captain Scarpella delivered the plans personally to the Assistant G2 at 8th Corps Headquarters, and he was recommended for the Distinguished Service Cross for the American lives he had saved at the port of Saint-Nazaire. Thus, the exploits of another OSS agent closes with the words,
"Mission accomplished."
A further adventure in black warfare is next week's
Cloak and Dagger.
Heard in today's Cloak and Dagger adventure were Joseph Buloff, Lily Darvas, Larry Haynes, Nancy Franklin, Barry Kroger, Raymond Edward Johnson, Carl Weber, Boris Applin, and Jerry Jarrett. Script for Cloak and Dagger was written by Winifred Wolfe, and the music was under the direction of John Gart. Today's true OSS adventure was based on the book Cloak and Dagger by Corey Ford and Alistair McBain. This has been a Louis G. Cowan production in association with Alfred Hollander. It was under the direction and supervision of Sherman Marks. Robert Warren speaking. Stay tuned now for the up-to-the-minute news on the Open Golf Championship.
Are you willing to undertake a dangerous mission behind the enemy lines, knowing you may never return alive?
What you have just heard is the question asked during the war to agents of the OSS, ordinary citizens who to this question answered, yes.
This is Cloak and Dagger.
Black warfare, espionage, international intrigue. These are the weapons of the OSS. Today's adventure, the Cutchin story, tells of an agent, an American agent, dropped behind Japanese lines in Burma. A story suggested by actual incidents recorded in the Washington files of the Office of Strategic Services. A story that can now be told. The sky hangs low over Burma. In 1944, it was more than just the smoke and dust haze that blankets it in the dry season. It was the tension in the air that weighed the clouds down so that they almost seemed to be pressing against the wings of our plane.
You ought to reach your objective in a few minutes, Mike.
Good.
I'll tell you when to hit the silk. You got everything?
Yep. Radio, supplies, I'm all set. Boy, that's thick jungle down there.
Thick with Japs.
That's what I mean. I looked down on the towering jungle-covered mountains of North Burma. I thought of the small band of Kutchin natives who were waiting to meet me. I thought about how pitifully outnumbered they were behind the enemy lines, and how they hated the Japs. And then, all of a sudden, I didn't have time to think anymore.
Lousy Jap fighter. What cloud did he crawl out of?
It's too late to run. We're in for it.
Sorry, you're going to be late for your appointment. Brother, what I could do with a tail gunner now. Hold on to your stomach, Mike. Going to see if I can loop and get behind him.
Ah, he's still on our tail.
Yeah, he looped right behind me.
He hit our engine. On fire.
Lousy.
Nice work. You got him. How bad are we hit?
We won't make it. We're going to try to belly land.
Can we jump?
Too low for that. Hold on.
Watch those trees.
I can't pull her up, Mike. I can't. I can't.
I was thrown from the plane when we crashed. I got off with nothing more than a leg that was bleeding pretty bad. When I crawled back to the wreck, I found the pilot. He wasn't so lucky. I started to run. I didn't know where I was going, but I started to run anyway, through the bamboo thickets. My leg was throbbing with pain, and I tripped. The pistol dropped out of my holster and disappeared into the high grass. I didn't have time to look for it. Somewhere to the north were the Kutchins. I had to get to them. This was headhunter country. In those days, Japs paid high prices for American scalps. After a while, my breath gave out. I couldn't go any further. My imagination put Japs and headhunters behind every tree. I told myself I had to stop. I told myself I didn't have enough wind to take another step. But I changed my mind when behind me I heard a twig snap. There was someone following. A quiet, stealthy someone on padded cat's feet. I kept on running into the river. I didn't bother to look first for crocodiles. The numbness from my bad legs spread all over me. I could hardly swim. All I wanted to do was get away from that shadow behind me. When I reached the opposite shore, I clambered onto a sandbar. Safe. Safe. Then I looked back. I saw that tireless shadow emerge from the bushes and flit silently across the river on a fallen tree trunk. My lungs were ready to burst. I pulled myself up again and fell over some roots and waited. Waited for that shadow to catch up with me. I just lay there and waited. Okay. Okay, you win. Where do we go from here? Well, say something. Don't just stand there. I probably won't be able to understand you, but say something anyway. The half-naked warrior just stood there staring at me, saying nothing. I'd have given anything to have had my gun back again. And all of a sudden I did. He just reached down and handed it to me. Hey, I don't get it. What's that card you're holding? Follow this guide. He will lead you to safety. Well, now you're talking.
Sure, and you couldn't look more surprised, Captain, than if the tall grass parted and you came on a field of four-leaf clovers.
I feel that way, Father.
Like you turned over a stone, and there we were.
Well, that's about it. I thought that native following me was a headhunter. I know they'd turn any American over to the Japs for a 2-pound bag of salt.
Ah, you're right there. Unholy savages that they are. We saw your plane fall, and I sent Ying here after you with that message written on the card. He's the fastest runner in the Cochin village. I'm sorry he put such a scare into you. Oh, forgive me, Captain Shea. Did I pull the bandage too tightly then?
No, it's okay. I don't mind it too much. When I think of what happened to the pilot, I was lucky.
Ah, yes. It was a pity about the pilot. Ying, the scissors if you don't mind. Thank you. There. Oh, almost done now. Then we'll go out and you'll meet the villagers. The women have prepared a special banquet for you.
That's very nice of them. Have you been a missionary here in Burma long, Father?
Oh, for almost 12 years now. I hardly remember any other life. These good natives have all become sons and daughters to me. We've taught each other. I speak their language. They all speak English now.
They do?
As well as I. Almost.
Then I have a question, Father.
Yes?
How come Ying over there took 10 years off my life, chasing me through the jungle? Why didn't he say something?
Well, Ying didn't speak to you, Captain Shea, because he wasn't able to.
What?
He was a prisoner of the Japanese some time ago. They cut out his tongue. That other roll of bandage, please, Ying. Thank you. Colleen, put more wine in the bamboo cup for our guest, eh?
Yes, I will be happy to. Here you are.
What did you call her, Father?
Colleen. To make it easier for me, I've renamed many of the villagers. That woman stirring the big kettle is Kathleen, and the other beside her, Bridget.
I get the general idea.
And your name is Shea. Mike Shea. A good Irish name if I ever heard one.
Well, actually, Father, it's Michael Shikalnikov.
Would you mind repeating that?
Shikalnikov. It's Polish. I shorten it because everybody has trouble pronouncing it. Sometimes I have trouble myself spelling it.
Yeah, I see. Well, no matter. Tell me more about your mission.
Well, I was sent by the OSS to establish radio contact, Father, with the Northern Area Combat Command in Burma. Give them any information and help I can. That is, with your help, of course.
Ah, yes. Well, you'll find us of great assistance. Immediately after the banquet, you can find a place to set up your radio. So, how are you enjoying your meal?
My wife never made anything that tasted like this.
Do you like it?
Eat well. Let me fill your plate some more.
Thanks. It's very good. What is it?
We make it special for you today. White bees we boil for hours.
I guess I've had enough. I don't feel right moving you out of your hut, Father.
It's quite all right. I can easily find another basher. This is the best spot for your radio. I'll even leave you the decorations on the walls to inspire you.
Ginger Rogers, huh? That's your favorite pin-up?
Well, she's a fair lass, all right. She brightens up the basher.
Well, with your permission, then, I'll stick a snapshot of my wife up with the rest of these pictures. Yeah, that does it. You know, when I think of my wife, I feel a little guilty.
Why is that, my son?
Oh, I don't know. Thought of her going blind, squeezing all the news from home into V-mail, worrying herself sick about me. And all the time, I never felt
more free in my life.
Yes, I know just what you mean. I love this life in the jungle, as well as the people, my people here. I don't think I could ever leave now, Shakal. By the by, do you mind if I call you O'Shea?
No, not at all, Father O'Toole. Not at all. This jungle home was a far cry from the third-floor walk-up in New York and the job behind the desk in the insurance office. The Kutchin warriors aren't imposing figures. They're short, squat, with long matted hair and teeth worn to a black stub by betel nut. They led a simple village life, eating rice, trapping wild pigs, the technique they also used in trapping wild Japs. But they were friendly, happy people, and life with them was pleasant. Until one afternoon when a report came in on the radio.
North Area Combat Command to Agent Shakalnikov.
Agent Shakalnikov of the OSS to North Area Combat Command. You're coming in clear, awaiting message. Come in. Over.
Capture of jungle town of Myitkyina and its airstrip is vital to aid Allied advance in Burma. Battalions of American marauders will attempt capture. They will rely on your help to get them through the jungle. Over.
Agent Shakalnikov to headquarters. Have small band of Kutchins organized. We will do what we can. Awaiting further instructions. Over.
Other native armies under OSS leadership have been alerted. Stand by. Stand by. This is imperative. Over and out.
Well...
What? Oh, Father O'Toole, I didn't see you standing there. You heard?
I heard, O'Shea.
This is a big push, all right. That airport at Myitkyina could mean success or failure of the whole American campaign in Burma.
I'll get our warriors ready. In the meantime, there's nothing we can do but wait for orders.
That's always the worst part of it. Wait.
Quiet! Quiet, my children, quiet! Now, it is as I have told you. When the order comes from the Americans, we will advance upon the enemy.
We leave now, Father. Catch enemy ourselves.
No. That's not the way we must work from now on. The American will be our leader. We will do as he says. We will follow Captain O'Shea.
North Area Combat Command to Agent Shakalnikov in Burma. A battalion of marauders on the way to Myitkyina has been cut off from the main body of the column and lost in the jungle. Radio contact gone. Find them and supply reinforcements. Over.
Agent Shakalnikov to headquarters. We'll do the best we can. Over and out. Well, we've waited 2 weeks for an assignment, but when it came, it was a beauty.
Well, the problem, O'Shea, is locating that battalion. Now, it occurs to me
Yes, Father.
It occurs to me that if they're surrounded by the Japanese somewhere in the jungle, the Japanese themselves would know exactly where that spot is.
Father, I don't get you.
Well, there's a Japanese bivouac less than 6 miles from here. There are undoubtedly Japanese high command who have the information we're after.
I've got you now, Father. Let one of the scouts come with me to show me the way through the jungle. We'll sneak into that Jap camp and bring one of the officers back with us.
Well, the two of you alone?
Sure. Too many of us and we're liable to get caught. Just a couple of us can make it.
All right. Wait till the moon is halfway across the sky. Then go. And the Lord go with you.
When the moon was halfway across the sky, the scout and I set out. Back through the jungle I'd come from. Only this time I was a shadow too, slipping behind the bamboo thickets, cutting my way through the dense jungle foliage. We didn't talk much. Only what was necessary.
Jap camp close now.
Good.
Jap camp there ahead. See through bushes.
Yeah, I see. All those fires lit. Must be some kind of a powwow going on.
sentry there, where finger point.
Yeah, I see him.
We will surprise and sneak in camp from there.
Right behind you.
No talk. Quiet, no talk. Noise, bring many chaps.
Okay, through the bushes. Follow me.
Watch for snakes.
Is that all you're worried about? What about the tigers, wild boars, Komodo lizards?
Watch for snakes.
Snake.
You move, he strikes.
What do we do? Can you get him with a stick? A rock?
Gun best.
Gun, they'll hear us.
Gun best. Rock no good. Stick no good. If I miss, you die. Gun. Boom.
I stood there like somebody who had been frozen dumb and stiff. My heart was pounding like a jungle tom-tom. If he killed the snake, the Japs were sure to come running. If he didn't... He raised his gun slow. Slow. The snake was swaying back and forth.
Dead. Snake. Much dead.
He killed him all right, but we didn't have time to escape back into the foliage. After that, nothing's clear in my mind. There were Japs all around us, yelling like crazy, and lots of guns going off. And the Cochin scout fell flat on his face, dead. Then somebody butted me from behind with a pistol. And the moon went out of the heavens. And the sky that hangs low over Burma came down and hit me in the face.
Wake up, American. Wake up.
What? Huh? What happened? Oh, my head.
I am Colonel Haiichi of the Japanese High Command. I regret that we were forced to render you such stormy welcome.
Colonel Haiichi, eh? You speak English pretty well.
Massachusetts Institute of Technology, class 37.
DeWitt Clinton High School, the Bronx, class of 33.
We will get along well, I think, if we make a little trade.
What kind of a trade?
Your life for little information.
I see.
The American marauders. I want to know their numbers, their positions, their objective.
I don't know. If I did, I wouldn't tell you.
God. Oh. That whip was sample. We have much more in store for you if you do not agree to be more agreeable to our simple requests. I give you 24 hours to think it over, American.
The hut they threw me into was small and dark. There was a sentry posted at the entrance. What I remember most about those 24 hours was the heat. Wet, sticky heat that made my skin crawl and my lips dry. It was a cute trick of the MIT graduate class of 37 to let the water drip from a pipe right outside the barred window. After a while, it begins to get you when you're thirsty.
You get up. Get up.
Huh?
Colonel Aichi, see you now. Up, American. Up.
Okay, okay, get your hands off me. What? What's that?
Stampede. Stampede. Elephants.
Oh. Good work, Ying. Good work. That's one less Japanese to worry us.
Father O'Toole, where'd you come from? What is this?
No time for long explanations now, lad. They outnumbered us 50 to 1, and we needed heavy ammunition. Elephants were the heaviest we could find.
Yeah, but how did you...
Well, when you didn't come back, I sent a runner. We found the body of the scout. Come, we must leave now.
Yeah, but the information I came to get.
Oh, that. We'll take it with us.
Cochin warriors in this village have a grudge against your people, Colonel Hayachi. Maybe you can tell us why.
You cannot frighten me, American. You get no information from me.
Shoes on the other foot now, huh?
So it would seem.
Ying. I'd like you to meet Ying, Colonel Hayachi. Some months ago, he was a Japanese prisoner. His tongue was cut out. I'm going to turn you over to Ying.
No. No,
He can ask you questions his own way. Go on, take him.
No, get him away from me. I will tell you what you want to know. I will tell you why we have surrounded Lost Battalion. I tell you where they are.
That's more like it. Start talking. The warriors got ready to attack, and a great holiday spirit took over the village.
But we must come. We always come, O'Shea, when our warriors go ambush Japanese.
But this is crazy. I can't have a lot of women and kids and old men tagging along.
We go. Old men carry flintlock, muzzle loader. Women, we do our job also.
Now, wait a minute.
When battle finish, women cook big party, samba deer, monkey meat.
What, and serve it piping hot in the front lines? Nothing doing. I'm going to see Father O'Toole about this.
You have your troubles, I have mine, O'Shea.
But we can't let that whole tribe come along. This isn't kids' play.
They'll come whether you like them to or not, O'Shea. They always do. In the meanwhile, look at my predicament. Some son of Satan stole me false teeth. What am I to do without me teeth?
Father O'Toole, please. We haven't much time. Aichi gave us a map. We know where the marauders and the Jap attackers are. But we won't do them any good just sitting here.
I'm not just sitting here, O'Shea. I'm trying to find me teeth.
The whole village went along, whether I liked it or not. And Father O'Toole came along, too. Without his teeth. The Cutchin warrior knew the back trails of the jungle as well as I knew 42nd Street. Ying seemed to be the leader, and he led us through little-known passes along hidden underbrush, closer and closer to the spot where we knew the Japs had the American battalion cut off, helpless, just where they wanted them. No one made a sound, and Ying held up his hand. What is it, Ying?
This junction of the two trails. He's not sure which one to take. That's it, Ying, isn't it?
Well, why don't we split up? Half of us go one way and the other.
No. There aren't enough of us. The Cutchins have their own methods.
Why is Ying pointing at me?
He's given you the honor of contributing a hair from your head.
A what?
A hair from your head. Here, let me have one. Ah, thank you. Here you are, Ying.
Why is he throwing it on the ground?
We'll go in the direction the hair points.
It's not very scientific.
No, but it always works. Ah, it points to the right. We'll go to the right.
You're right, Father O'Toole. It did work. Here are the Japs. And there are the marauders dug into those foxholes.
Yeah, they're surrounded, all right, poor lads.
So I wonder they held out this long.
Our business, then, is to attack the enemy from the rear and give the battalion a chance to hit back.
We can't attack them. There's too many of them. We'll have to ambush them.
Yes, true. Aye, if only I had me teeth, I could think better.
Ying, some of you others, come here. Now listen, our only chance is to draw them off from the left. There's a clearing there. It'll give the marauders a chance to get out of that encirclement.
We chase Jap soldier up here. We set trap for them.
That's the idea.
Panji! We make Panji!
Panji? What's that?
Hey, you want a trap set? Watch. You're about to witness the Cutchin's secret weapon.
What are they doing?
They're whittling those bamboo poles to sharp points. Then they'll stick them at a slant beneath the underbrush on either side of the trail. When the enemy passes, our warriors will fire, and the Japanese will dive to the sides.
I get it, and cut themselves to ribbons. Very effective. Very pretty. The natives worked quickly, the women helping them whittle the bamboo to razor points. When everything was ready, I took a few of our men to the left flank, and we fired. And they ran right into our trap. Very effective. Not so pretty. They committed mass harikari all along the trail. That's all there was to it. Well, I never thought we'd get out of those foxholes alive, Captain Shikolnikov. Thanks for helping us chase the rest of the Japs off. I'm glad we could help, Major. The Cutchins will lead you the rest of the way through the jungle so you can rejoin the main body of your column.
Can we leave now?
Oh, no, Major. The women would be insulted. All during the battle, they were busy preparing the victory feast.
Pretty sure of themselves, weren't they?
Good wives. They have confidence in their husbands. The feast is ready. They're even dressed for it.
Look at that. Flowers in their hair and everything. All dressed up.
One of them is overdressed. Colleen, come here.
Yes, Father?
Don't you yes, father me. What do you got around your neck?
Well,
Pretty necklace. I bow for the victory.
my false teeth. Now, you find yourself another necklace and give them back to me.
No. No, then I have nothing. This pretty...
I said...
Colleen, listen to me. Here's something prettier. My sharpshooter's medal.
Sharpshooter?
Mm-hmm. Every American soldier has one to give to the prettiest girl he meets. Would you like it?
So shiny. Ribbon pretty, too. Father O'Toole, you have back your teeth.
Ha! Captain Shekolnikov, you're worthy of the name of O'Shea.
The capture of the vital airstrip and the ultimate conquest of Michina was due to the combined efforts of the marauders who attacked it and the Kuchin warriors who helped them and harassed the enemy all along the way. And once more, the report of an OSS agent closes with the words,
Mission accomplished.
A further adventure in black warfare is next week's
Cloak and Dagger.
Heard in today's Cloak and Dagger adventure were Raymond Edward Johnson, Carl Weber, Bill Quinn, Joe Julian, Everett Sloan, Inga Adams, Jackson Beck, and Jerry Jarrett. The script was written by Winifred Wolfe and Jack Gordon. Music was under the direction of John Gart. Today's true OSS adventure was based on the book Cloak and Dagger by Corey Ford and Alistair McBain. This has been a Louis G. Cowan production in association with Alfred Hollander, and was under the direction and supervision of Sherman Marks. Robert Warren speaking. Do you enjoy a capricious caper or a melodramatic mystery? NBC offers 3 of the best for your pleasure later today. A giant among men, the big guy leads off, with Vincent Price as the saint close behind. Topping off this list is Sam Spade, license number 137596, in the Elmer Longtail caper. So listen for 3 top mysteries on NBC.
Are you willing to undertake a dangerous mission behind the enemy lines, knowing you may never return alive?
What you have just heard is the question asked during the war to agents of the OSS. Ordinary citizens who to this question answered, yes.
This is Cloak and Dagger.
Black warfare, espionage, international intrigue.